Whatever I do in this my screen, you're supposed to do in your laptop as well. Okay, simultaneously we are supposed to do, so that you're getting the hands-on experience of what we are doing, and not just sitting and listening to the class. Okay, this is a very interactive class. One more thing. Yesterday, if you have not been a part of it, I'll quickly demonstrate how to open a collaborative. So what you have to do is click on this new, go to more, and you can see something called as connect more apps, right? So if you marketplace, so here you're supposed to search for collaboratory.
या किसी और टॉपिक पर भी इसी तरह की
So this will be
तैयारी
the
चाहिए तो मुझे
first
बता मदद करने के लिए तैयार
application. This we are supposed to install it. Okay, once this we are supposed to go to new once again, go to more, and here we are supposed to press on Google Collaborative. So that will be redirected to this particular thing. Okay, so first thing, whenever you open this, first thing you're supposed to do is click on this connect. Okay, every time you are supposed to do this, because every time you close this particular window, this it will be it will be disconnected. Okay, the run. So make sure you're clicking on this connect so that your session is connected. Once you're completed with all the things what I have demonstrated just now. Is it done? If everything is clear and everything done it, please give a thumbs up. Everyone, I request everyone to give the thumbs ups. Okay, perfect. So first of all, let's have a quick recap of what we have done here. The single line comment is nothing but and whatever in front of it, we are writing anything. Okay, that is not considered when the cell is run, but it is important so that we can understand what the code means. Okay, there is a brief description of what it means, but this particular comment is not a part of a code. Okay, this is just for our understanding. This can be of single line, but this can also be of a multi-line. So multi-line is written like this, that is triple quotes at the beginning and triple quotes at the end, and in between you can use any type of comments. The single line is this much, that is using hashtag, and multi-line is using triple quotes. I hope this is clear, very clear. Next, we function. So print function, this is a keyword, but make sure you're always using P small k as a capital letter. This won't be understood by the Python because case sensitive language. So if I run this, I'll be getting it saying that print is not defined because it doesn't understand P capital, which we have to give P as a small case. So this is how you do it. The syntax of the print function, syntax is nothing but the rules follow for the any function. Print, we are supposed to write open and close your common brackets, and inside that we are supposed to write anything what you are supposed to print. But always make sure that we are supposed to write inside the double quotes or inside the single quotes or inside triple quotes. So we have three options: single quotes, double quotes, and triple quotes. But whenever we start with one particular quotes, that has to be ended with the same. So for example, I have given here single quote. I cannot end up with a double quote. Okay, I have always supposed to close it with the single quote itself. Next, printing two statements in one print function. It is just in between, so that we are separating something called function. Now, what are these? Separator is used to two statements. So we have something called as hello world and how are you. If I want to separate these two statements with some particular value, by default, this will be a space. Okay. By default, this will be a space. Now, if I want to change that space into something else, then we can change like this with the use of separator. We have something called as an end parameter. Now, why is end parameter? This is very important when you compare to the separator. Why it is important in the sense, I have written print hello world and have written print how are you. So if I run this without the end parameter, obviously it will run in two different lines, right? Because the end parameter by default is a new line like this. Okay, it is by default the new line in the same output. But if to a space, what it's supposed to do, it will not go to the new line. Instead, it will print hello, how are you in the same line. Let's see if I run this. Again, hello world, how are you in the same line with a space in between, right? This is the importance of end parameter. Next, let us move to something called as a variable. Now, this is very important. Why? Because variable is used to store any kind of value. Any kind of value in the sense, rather it might be a float data type, or rather it might be a boolean data type. Any kind of data type, it is supported by a something called as a variable. Now, what is this variable? You can see it is nothing but a storage thing. Okay, so we are used to we are supposed to follow some rules when we write this variable. Now, what are the rules? First of all, always we have to start with a character. Okay, for example, A, B, C, D till Z. Okay, first of all, we are supposed to start with a character. And if you want to start with a number, this will not be understood by the Python. Okay, that is 1A, because variable name cannot be starting with a number, or variable name cannot be starting with the. But in spite that, if you want to start with the integer, then we are underscore. Okay, here also we are supposed to use the underscore, and while printing also we are supposed to use the underscore. Now it is understood by the Python. While we start, or else we just start with the. We start with the character. We can start with the underscore. Variable name. Now this is very important. If I give space like this won't be understood by the Python. So that is the reason we are not supposed to give any space. In spite of that, if you want to give the space, give underscore. Next, keywords cannot be used in a variable name. Now, what is a keyword? Keyword is nothing but, for example, I have taken print to print the value of is 30, right? Now, for this to print it, obviously we are using something called as a print keyword. Now, if this print keyword is used here, that is a variable name. That is okay. That is not possible because variable name and keyword, it is not matchable. Always the keyword is different and variable has to be different from the keyword. So much I believe everyone has understood in yesterday's class. Any doubts in yesterday's class? Any doubts in yesterday's class? Please reply in the chat box. Any doubts? I want everyone to reply, please. I want everyone to reply, otherwise you'll be marked absent. We are very serious about your reply. Okay, no, perfect. Now let us start with the basic Python operators. Okay, so let us start with basic Python operators. That is the first one. Fourth one is logical. Okay, arithmetic operators. So I believe everyone knows what is arithmetic operators, right? So first, okay, first very simple question. In mathematics, mathematical operators, can you tell me? Or you can say in mathematics, what are the basic arithmetic operators? Can anyone say in the chat box? It is nothing but addition, right? Very good. So it is nothing but addition and subtraction and division and finally multiplication. Arithmetic operators. Now let us start with addition. Now I know what is addition, and it is very simple to do it also. So obviously it is giving me the example that is A is equal to 20, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and A plus B. So this A plus B is there, right? This is called as the addition operator, and this comes under arithmetic operators. So if I run this, obviously my output will be 30. Right? Very simple. Instead of writing print a plus b, I'll be taking one more variable that is called as c is equal to add the values of a and b. So a plus b. Okay. Then I'll execute the value of print c. So this will also give me the correct answer, that is print 30. Now, why it is important is, imagine I'll be adding variable here. 50 is equal to, let's say, 50. Okay. Now, instead of writing a plus b plus c here, I can just add here c. But do you think this is a correct way? Do you think we are getting an error here? Because we have something called as a, b, c, and c is already consisting of 50. And we have one more variable with the same name. And again, we are adding a plus b plus c. Do you think we'll be getting the correct answer? Let's see. We will. So 80 is nothing but 50 plus 20 plus 10. That is correct. But why we are not getting any error? Why we are not getting an error? I'll tell you why. Because A is stored as 10, B is stored as 20, and C is 50. What we are doing is, we are just adding them. That is 10 plus 20 plus 50. Now the new value of C will be 80. Okay, the new value of C will be 80. So that is the reason I'm getting the value as 80. Okay, so I believe everyone has got the idea of addition. Let's move on to the subtraction now. I'll give a very simple example. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to A minus B, and print the value of C. So obviously I'll be getting the answer as 5. This will go the negative way also. If I make this as 50, we are getting the answer as minus 40. Very simple again. Let's move on to the division. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to A divided by B. So this division is required in division. So we don't have the division symbol in computers. So that is the reason we'll be using / for the same thing. So print the value of C. And let's run this. So we'll be getting the answer as 5.0. Now tell me, in yesterday's class, I have told you what is this 5.0. Can anyone tell me why I'm getting 5.0? Which data type is this? Exactly. Correct. This is a float data type. So that is the reason I'm getting 5.0. I change the value of this to 4, let's say. Okay. Now, obviously, I'll be getting the answer as 2.5. So obviously, whenever we are dividing anything, okay, whenever we are dividing anything, so that it is automatically converted into a data type. But what about this? What is minus 40? Minus 40 is an integer data type, right? So while adding and subtracting, if I write here 10.2 and if I run this, automatically this will be changed into a float data type. By default, it is an integer data type, but automatically if I write any point value, this will be automatically changed into a. Next, let's move on to the next one. Let's say A is equal to B is equal to 10, and C is equal to A. Okay, for multiplication, what I'm supposed to use? It is XB, correct? Am I right? Print the value. Print the value of C. Am I right? Please tell me in the chat box. No, I'm not right, because this is not the symbol for multiplication. For multiplication, we are using something called as the asterisk. Okay, this is a star base, basically we say. So that is the reason I'm getting the value as 500. That is 50 multiplied by 10. I hope this is clear. Okay, till here I'm sure everyone knows this. Now here from anymore we'll be starting with the very different concepts of assignment operator. In assignment operator, only so much are not there. Okay, for addition there are 3 more. One is called as a modulus. First one is called as a modulus, and this is used for getting a reminder. Okay, this is used to get the reminder. Now, what do you mean by reminder? I'll tell you why. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to A divided by B. And let's print the value of C. So if I run this, value of 2.5. Now, please tell me, what is this 2.5? What is this 2.5? Multiplication symbol is no. What is this 2.5? I'm asking 2.5, not the reminder. What is 2.5? 2.5 is nothing but the quotient, correct? In mathematics, if I want to find the quotient, I'll be using division. Very simple. But let's say I want a reminder also. Okay, I want a reminder also. So how to find the reminder? To find the reminder, we'll be using something called as a modulus operator. And the symbol for this is always a percentage symbol. And this percentage symbol is called as a modulus symbol. So if I run this, I'll be getting the remainder as a 2 because 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So what is remaining? 2 is remaining for 10. So that is the reason I'm getting the value as 2. That is a reminder. Is that clear? I hope everyone has completed this. Please give a thumbs up once you completed so much.